You're supposed to eat a high carbohydrate diet. Why are the carbohydrates actually only in season in your area for about 3 months out of the year? I guess what that also means is that for 3 months out of the year, maybe you could eat a high carbohydrate diet. For the rest of the year, you should basically have none. Which would also mean that you would be in a state of metabolic ketosis for most of the year and only not in metabolic ketosis for 3 months. And you're probably thinking, Marcy, I'm really not following where you're going with this. You lost me. You lost the plot. Now I'm confused. What are you saying? This is my comment section on another platform. Oh gosh, why did that put a filter on? Yuck. It's the damn saturated fats. It's not the fruit. The fat blocks insulin from getting into the cells. Eat a low fat, high carb diet, or eat a low carb diet and high fat and have metabolic issues that affect cardiovascular system. Which would you choose? This person is basically saying that eating fat is bad for you. And then she goes on to say that ketoacidosis and ketosis are the same thing. They are not. Here's the proof. Ketosis is a natural, safe metabolic state where your body burns fat for energy instead of glucose. In contrast, ketoacidosis, specifically diabetic ketoacidosis, is a life-threatening medical emergency triggered by a dangerously high level of ketones and blood sugar. Because insulin either isn't present or your cells won't respond to it at all. Here's a graph even explaining like what you can do to do either thing and the numbers that you would be looking for. Now, if you're someone trying to go into a state of ketosis, I would recommend that you're tracking your numbers. And let's go over what some of the saturated fats are, right? Grass-fed, grass-finished beef, beef in general, butter. Butter is a saturated fat. Coconut oil, whole fat dairy. I didn't realize that whole fat dairy was dangerous for us. I mean, it is if you can't digest dairy, but I thought it was safer than margarine. And this again is just one of the many ways that I look at and see that people truly don't understand how their body works. They don't understand their physiology, and so they will believe anything. Carbohydrates are available in the most abundance in most areas of the country that are grown here in the US. I'm not talking about what we get because we're in a global economy right now. I'm talking about what you can get, what you can grow for yourself without a greenhouse in your backyard. Are most available between June and October because apples will come in October, right? For a lot of areas, which would mean that you should really only have carbohydrates from June to October. What else happens at that time? The sun is higher in the sky. Do you see a pattern? And if we followed behavior of other things in our environment, bears fatten up during the summer and they lean out during the winter. We've completely flipped that. We fatten up during the winter and then try and lean out for summer. It doesn't even make sense. Because if you're following a circadian rhythm and the rhythm of the planet you live on, you should eat low carb all winter, high carb all summer, which would mean that for most of the winter, you're probably going in and out of states of ketosis, which would mean that you should come into summer naturally leaner and healthier. And you should be doing that because your body is using autophagy to heal you. If that's still all super confusing, or if a light bulb just turned on for you, I'm teaching a class on Tuesday night. It's going to be on healing the cell. Come to that class. You can register for it at drmarcycm.com under upcoming events.